What's up, fellow gamers? Back with another showcase on the Elementalist. Just showing off more of his awesome power. I mean, obviously I don't know how amazing this build will be in Ultimate. I'm not there yet. But so far through Veteran and as far into Elite as I am, it's still kicking tons of ass. So I have faith in it. We'll see what happens though. Just doing a quick Veteran Loghorrean kill. And we can show you the power of this beast on that guy. Definitely not a challenging fight. It's quite laughable actually, considering that I have zero shields or heavy duty armor or defense of anything really, and I can pretty much face tank the whole fight. There's a couple times where I have to step back, like when he summons his first little wave of those two elite guys. Step back, kill them, and then get right back up into it, and not a single problem. I just face tank him the whole fight. It's insane. Again, I'm not sure how well I'll be able to do that same face tanking on Elite mode. I have faith in this build. It's treated me really well so far. I mean, I still, up to this point, only have those two deaths that I talked about last time that were both simply because I was not paying attention. Like, I just wasn't looking at the screen because I was, you know, distracted elsewhere. Yeah, every time I've been paying attention and actually playing, I have yet to die with this build, which also leads me to believe that it may possibly be a hardcore viable build. Definitely in Veteran, from what I can tell in Elite. Ultimate, not sure. One thing I'm definitely a little low on is resistances, but that can be fixed, you know, later on once I get my reputation up high enough to get those armor augments. That'll help quite a bit. But for the time being, it works just fine as it is. See? Sissies. Alright, let's do it. Alright, zaps, totem, and destroy. As with all my videos that I make with this character that are these boss fights like this, I will, you know, I'll show you at the end what my build is. And then for those of you that don't want to refer to the video for that, I'll also put links at the bottom of the build or at the bottom of the video in the description of the build. Okay, they've trapped me in here, which is causing some problems. I'm just going to have to kill them right here and face tank everything. But as you can see, it's still not an issue. I can just sit here and tank this shit all day long. I have, you know, quite a bit of lifesteal. I've got my totem. I've got the scales, is it the scales of justice, whatever they're called, scales of something, that make it so, you know, you have a pretty high chance on hit to gain a bunch of lifesteal for a short amount of time. I'll look at it here in a second. I don't remember what it's called. There you go. Well, that was an even better demonstration than I thought, because I just face tanked everything. Let's see. What am I thinking of? Not that. Not turtle shell. Tip the scales. That one. 20% chance when hit to gain a shitload of lifesteal. I mean, it's only like one shot, I believe. From how I read it and how I understand it, it's your next shot once it procs that gives you that health steal. But it's still a badass little skill to have. It's great for those oh shit moments. But yeah, I mean, here's my stats. Nothing into spirit, a little bit into cunning, mostly physique. That's one of the big attributing factors to my survivability, along with this. It's also a big help. You can see here this totem, another major factor into my survivability. I may put points into that to get a little bit more health steal. Not sure yet. Still haven't played around with everything, and still kind of bouncing some points around, figuring out where I want everything. This skill right here is sadly not as good as I thought it was going to be. It is helpful. It does increase my damage, you know, by a decent amount. But I think if I had more things that did lightning damage, it would be much more beneficial. But it is a damage increase nonetheless, and it does have some cool chance on hit to do extra damage type stuff. So it's still helpful. So I definitely don't regret it entirely, but I would have hoped it to be better. And if I get some, you know, get some guns later on that do lightning damage, then it will probably be really, really beneficial. But for now, they're all physical, so this doesn't do much for me. Oh, and then yeah. So yeah, here's the skill tree. Not done with it yet, obviously. I do plan on maxing this out next. Once I max this out by level 55, yeah, 55, I'll have that maxed. And then I'll start working my way towards this. That is a huge DPS booster. Like, maxing that skill is a big difference. It's major. And then it's also quite a big AoE booster. It's a skill you do not want to pass up if you're doing Fire Strike. Ranged Fire Strike, anyway. It's not nearly as good for melee, but it still is a big DPS boost. You just don't get the AoE factor out of it. This is already maxed. I only have 1 point into this so far. I'm not sure if I'm going to add more or not. I may put some into this instead. I'm still playing around with it. We'll see how survivability holds up. If survivability starts to be a problem, I'll start putting a few points into Blast Shield and get that little bit of extra help. But yeah, that's it for the Loghorrean veteran boss kill. If you like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't, comment and tell me why. Later, gamers.